I pressed go live. And now it says it's live.
Okay, so we should. Fingers crossed that works now. Guys, welcome back to Players Guild. I'm Scott7, your guildmaster here for Players Guild, and I'm joined by
Still
Loki
doesn't work.
Smith. Still doesn't work?
Oh, it works. It
It
works.
works.
It
It
works.
works. It works. You're confusing me. Don't do that to me. Live streams are hard.
Yes, especially from your end.
I know, right? What the heck's going on with that? But yeah. Anyway, we're here with
Anywho.
Realm of the Gods, UW7, the 16th mainline set of the Dragon Ball Super card game.
And the 7th UW set?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 16, so it's going to be 7.
Yeah. So we
That's
have a
not
lot
confusing at
to
all.
go over today, and so let's just break it down with the trailer. Where do you want to start?
Are we doing trailer first?
Yeah, let's do the trailer first.
So let's go frame by frame by the cards that I'm not going to be looking at the undetailed cards in the back at the beginning, but the fact that we have another UI Goku leader in blue this time.
Yeah? Wait, we have UI in blue?
Leader? Yeah.
Ultra Instinct.
Is it Ultra Instinct or is it Super Saiyan God? Oh, they
Saiyan
never
God.
showed what it flips into. No, they never showed the card.
Ultra Instinct will be red. Because we
Is
already
it?
know that.
Yeah, true. We have paired Beerus and Champa, which we do have the strategy notice again. The strategy announcement, sorry. We're going to look through the cards there, and I think this is actually going to be one of the fun ones to play against each other.
Yeah.
It's also going to be really annoying to play against each other.
Green was like that last set as well, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We have a Wish Goku Rose with Super Shenron in the background, which is...
And this time it is actually a Wish leader. It's a Shenron leader. It uses Dragon Balls. I assume it's using Desires.
Yeah, and we have the front side of Zamasu as well. So that's cool.
So I think our friend is going to be really, really happy because it's both Wish and Goku Black leader that he really, really loves.
Yes.
Talking about Dean.
Yeah, Dean will be going crazy right now. We have a Vegeta and Trunks leader. That's interesting to me.
And that's what we see here is the awakened one, right?
Yes.
So on the front is just Trunks. On the back is Trunks and Vegeta. So it's going to be some shenanigans.
Yeah.
This is the Zamasu saga, right?
Yeah, it's
going to be.
It's the Goku Black arc. It's just Trunks in normal form on the front, and then he's with his dad on the back.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that because we've seen a few leaders now where there's a single character on the front, but gain the additional character on the back. Like Father Son Goku is.
Oh, we have also seen the fusion leaders, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. So lots of really cool stuff there. Then we have a Whis and Grand Minister or Grand Priest or Great.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it can be translated many different ways. But I do absolutely love
Father
the
of the
fact
Angels
that we have a blue Whis leader. I'm so happy.
We're going to be looking at the skills of that leader as well. But it's nice that we have another Whis leader. And it somehow apparently can work with the old stuff, with some of the old stuff.
So that's going to be interesting. And yeah, the Great Priest excites me greatly. It's in red, which is very interesting.
So, because it's in red, I have a couple of things I want to say about that. A, it's going to be Grand Priest versus UI Goku.
Yeah.
B, I don't think it's going to be a Rainbow leader, which makes it sad.
Okay.
Because Rainbow leaders are usually black.
That's true, but I'm willing to see if it has a permanent. That might be interesting.
Yeah, if it has a permanent removes, then I don't know why it's a red leader. Maybe so it can't abuse some of the black cards.
Theming is red is Tournament of Power, maybe. Interesting. We'll find out when we get the cards revealed, but it's cool to have it. And then we get the Awakened side, and the Awakened side is badass. It looks so
And then we see all the angels that apparently all the angels make a comeback, and we've seen on the booster box art from the angels that we see in the backdrop there. The one on the far left, the small girl with the braided hair.
Yeah,
we've
already seen her card anyway from
Did
the
we?
yeah from the World Championships. They revealed that.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I
Yeah.
need to look at that. Oh yeah, there's the UI, red UI. Also, they showed us one card. I don't think they were meant to show us that Legend of the Super Saiyan God.
Yeah, it's super weird, right?
All the cards in the trailers usually don't have a text until we go into the gameplay, but this one does. It's the only card from the whole thing. So
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
no, I mean it's a very good common. It's a 1 blue extra card. That activate main. Burst 1, so you need to mill 1 card. If your leader card is blue, and you choose 1 blue Saiyan card in your hand and discard it, you draw 2 cards. I think there's lots of possible playability with this one. But then we also have tons of really good artwork, both from the Champa versus Beerus, the green extra cards, etc. But also from the Tournament Survival Saga, with the double Zeno doing the fist bump, having the Grand Priest and the UI Goku. There is some nice artwork here.
Yeah, I think for me the standout there is the 2 Zenos doing their little fist bump. I absolutely adore
It's
that.
a red card with no specified cost.
Yeah.
I'm just going to point this out. It's a red card with no specified cost.
Oh, it is
which
red.
makes...
You're right, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking it's black, but then I looked at that bottom right corner. It is red.
Oh, I was thinking it was blue just because of the blue energy.
Yeah, there's stands of blue as well.
Look at the
No,
bottom
but
right.
usually you see no specified cost, you think it's black, right? There's a couple of exceptions for the U7 archetype, but it makes me think that this is going to be some sort of support for the Grand Priest, and Grand Priest actually might be removing the specified cost from the gold cards, which would be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be really awesome to start, like, see multicolor cards and like it be a weird multicolor deck. There's plenty of possibilities with it, and
Or maybe just the gold cards with the universe tag, because otherwise Zamasu cards would be working there as well.
Yeah, but then you could also work it in that Piccolo could probably get it. So I'm very
I think
interested.
I think it needs to be gold with universe tag.
Yeah, but that Piccolo is a god with a universe tag.
Yeah, but he doesn't have
He does.
that many good cards.
No, he doesn't have that many good cards that work like that, but it's a possibility. So yeah, and then the Champa and Beerus clashing. I really hope that's a really cool card.
Yeah.
So then we'll move on to some lovely artwork of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. See, that's when Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku looks amazing. But then we've got God Trunks, which, amazing. And Ron has been a member for 4 months. Thank you, Ron. I know we haven't posted much this month, but thanks for the support. And that's an extra card, correct? The one with God Trunks there?
Yes, that's an extra card looking at the frame. Don't know if you've noticed, but this team has frozen. No, it hasn't. I have it working in the background.
Yeah, it might have froze for a second, but it looks okay now. I'm locked in from Emil Aguilera. Yeah, I'm so excited for this set. As soon as we knew God Trunks was in it, I was already on board. And yeah, I wonder if this is gonna act like a crack in space time, but maybe for critical, possibly. I don't know. That's the kind of vibes I get for it. Could be completely off. It could be just a counter.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be counter. I think it's going to be something activate main, maybe?
Possibly.
I mean, that really depends on what the deck does, right? Because it might as well be the old card that searched for the swap card.
Yes, that's true. So then we look at some Unison cards, which is super interesting. This is where they talk about the new keyword skill Empower.
Empower, yeah.
Which, if you want to break that down for us.
So Empower. So for people who play the game, you know that you can replace your Unison by playing another Unison from hand. Yeah. Even if it's the same Unison, which is an interesting thing. Mm-hmm. So then you just lost your old Unison, so usually you try to kill your Unison before you did that, or just get an attack out of it when it has 1 marker, use the ability, and then play a new one. So you want it to be efficient. In here, you actually don't lose the markers. Empower lets you keep up to X markers if you replace a Unison of the same color. So far, it's the same color. But Empower gives you the color keyword.
Definitely.
So Empower red 6 we have on the Super Shenron, which lets you keep up to 6 markers. Which makes me think that the yellow needs to be very, very limited, because that Super 17 Unison, that was Dr. Gero and Dr. Mew. That accumulated markers like crazy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of directions you can go with this. I mean, especially if you want to build an on-theme one, Empower, like saying what they use as an example in the trailer, but it's not as exact as that. Is like where you take Supreme Kai and go into Mechikabura. Like I can see down the line Empower getting a Unison chain. I think that'd be really cool. So like you could get really specific with it, where it has to be a blue Goku or a blue Tapion Unison to get the Empower. But then you have a really strong card like Trunks or something. Like that's or Dragon Fist Goku. If I'm
I think
analogy.
The only problem I have with the Empower keyword is that you can play it on top of the same card.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I wish it said other name.
And then the problem starts with Mechikabura.
Yeah.
Which doesn't have a specified cost.
No, so you could Empower off of Empower.
Yeah.
Which then
I think he only keeps 2 markers, and I think he needs 4 to attack.
Yes.
I'm not.
That's how it breaks down. We'll see that in a second.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at those in a second. But yeah, Empower is problematic that you can do on the same Unison.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a bit of a problem. I think it might lead to some plays. Like green right now, you can easily start on our favorite topic, my favorite topic, the Migra Unison.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can Empower into a Whis or Vados whenever you need it.
Yeah,
because Whis and Vados have very specific effects.
Yeah, which we'll get into. So let's.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. So Empower, and I love seeing that original map. So we're going to talk about this Vegeta right now. So Empower Blue, if this card replaces a blue Unison card, again, doesn't say, like, if it said a blue Unison card with a different name, I'd be much more happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as is, it can replace itself. And then it carries over up to 3 markers. So if you've only got 1 marker on it, it can carry over 1. You don't gain markers. If you have 4, you can only carry over 3. So that's how it works.
Bear in mind that as you play that card, you still add the markers with the cost.
Yeah. So you can carry over it. So you'll be paying 3. It is 3, isn't it, for this one? Or is it 4? No, it's 2.
You carry over 3, but it costs 2. So he's going to have 5 markers.
Yeah. So you can have 5, and then he has draw a +1 of draw 2, then choose 2 cards in your hand and place them at the bottom of your deck. For two energy, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
You draw first, so you get to see what you draw. Blue has some shenanigans with stacking cards in deck as well at this point, so not the most optimal strategy by any means, but it's a very interesting opening of a really good way to fix your deck.
Yeah.
And then the activate main, the -X, I love this effect so much. For every 2 markers,
it's really strong.
You remove using this skill, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. Additionally, if you removed 4 or more markers using this skill, this guy gets 10k power and a double strike for the turn. Really like that. Really incentivizes you using that -X, and it's one that can be pretty much used straight away if you use a Unison that has 3 markers go into it on 2.
What I'm going to say is that this can be really, really scary because, you pay 2 energy and you get a 25k double striker that removes 2 cards for 2 energy.
Yeah, which is really solid. Which is a really solid effect. It does say choose, so it doesn't get around barrier, but it doesn't have any restrictions like we've seen with the set 14 trunk stuff where it's like 4 or less. So it's like if it doesn't,
it just lets you bottom whatever. Yeah.
If it doesn't have barrier, it's going to the bottom. And even if
after you attack, you can bring another one out.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping you. Like if you have 4 energy, I mean, granted you'd only be getting 1 marker, but then you could remove another 2. So there's lots.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have 6 energy and you had a Unison with 3 markers on them, you play 1 for 2 energy, so you have 5 markers on it. You remove 4 markers, attack. And then you play another for 4 markers. You keep that 1 marker. So you still have 5 markers again and remove 4 markers and attack again.
Really interesting.
So the fact that you can use it in any deck is scary.
Yeah, it's definitely SR worthy. Like, this card is an SR, so...
Also, I'm just going to point something out with I haven't noticed this earlier. We have seen the second black leader,
Oh, have we?
Dabura.
Oh.
It's literally here
oh.
on the screen.
Dabura? What? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that in a second.
I just noticed this as I was looking.
Where's that? Where is that?
If you bring yourself
Oh, yeah,
up,
you're correct. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, so the second black leader is Dabura. Definitely didn't see that one coming. But really excited about
so
it.
it's Super Saiyan God Xeno versus Dabura.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, it makes sense. As I've told you, if you go and watch our last video on this channel, it breaks down what's going to happen for the rest of the Dark Empire saga. Demon God Dabura, his powered up form, was on that list of things to expect. We're getting it as a leader, apparently. I can't hate that. I thought it would be Demigra here, to be honest. Like, realistically. But obviously, two heroes doesn't make sense for the way they do their sets now. So Dabura getting a leader is a plus anyway. Dabura getting a black leader has me very excited.
Going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look forward to
Also,
it.
you posed in such a way that I noticed that Videl, the golden Videl, is a super combo.
Fair enough. See, even more coming out here today. So yeah,
I can't say anything about her abilities.
So the artwork's amazing. I love the artwork.
But she does have a permanent skill.
Oh, ooh. So then we have Empower Green Free, and this is on the Whis Unison.
I think we can skip the Whis Unison here, because we're going to be seeing that in the announcement.
Oh, it's in the announcement.
In the strategy announcement,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Both Whis and Videl are there.
So we have an uncommon Supreme Kai Unison here, which looks amazing for an uncommon.
If you lead the card, it's a black Saiyan card. Send up to 3 cards from the top of your deck to your warp.
And
for +1.
A marker to this card. Interesting. And then the Mechikabura is actually awesome. It gives us a lot of information, which is Empower Black 2, so you can only get two extra markers from playing it.
Yeah.
But again, as we mentioned, you can play it on top of itself. So if you're Mechikabura has 2 markers, and then you pay 1, you have a Unison with 3 markers on it.
Yeah. And then you +1.
And you can attack. So
yeah.
It's then we have the auto, which this is super telling, and this just excites me to no end.
Yeah, go for it.
Once per turn, when you play a Black Demon Realm race card using swap, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an edge cost of 3 or less and warp it.
Yep.
Demon Realm race using swap. So I have to assume this is saying take
Dabura.
base form. Well, yeah, Dabura, but taking the base forms of like Shroom, Salsa.
Yeah. Again, that's going to be mentioned in the strategy announcement.
Okay, I haven't even seen the strategy announcement yet, so...
No, I skimmed the text.
So...
They're not showing us Shroom or Salsa, but they're mentioning it.
Yeah, so that then they swap into their more powerful forms.
Yeah.
It's something I've talked about for ages, is that all of these Dark Empire cards get stronger. Like, this isn't just them at the end of their journey, just after that set.
The question I have is, will the old cards actually be playable, or will they just be replaced with the new versions of the same characters, because the old cards are going to be made purposefully useless?
True. I mean, that's something we'll have to look at. And then the actual main of putting a card from your hand at the bottom of your deck and then drawing one. It's a fine +1.
No. I'm going to disagree with you here.
Okay.
This +1 is going to pose a lot of problems.
Okay.
Because if you have no cards in hand, you just +1 to draw a card.
Oh, really? Oh, because you're resolving as much as you can.
Yep, and there is not if you do, and there's no cost.
Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that then. Because
you see where my problem is from here. It costs essentially 0 to play if you have a Black Unison in hand in play, and you get to cycle. It's essentially a 0 cost cycle card.
Plus, it's a 20k, so it's not the easiest thing to remove.
The fact that it has Empower and and it doesn't have a specified cost, I think that's the problem. Because if it had a specified cost, you would need to spend that energy to be able to draw a card.
True. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
if you have one, if you have one marker, you play this as a 0, which you are allowed to do. 0 is a number. You play this as a 0. You keep that marker, so then you +1, and you get to draw a card because your hand is empty. So it does. This card is going to be absolutely amazing in any aggro black deck.
Okay.
Any aggro deck that doesn't use Unisons as well, because it doesn't need to be a black leader.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Sorry, that's my little tangent.
No, I mean, you make a good point. I was like, can you do it for 0? But then, yeah, because if it enters off of another unison, it'll have the marks on it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with the Empower.
Yeah.
The first one, you would need to pay for 1 energy if this is the only unison you play. But there is a couple of other good black unisons. If your deck doesn't depend on the unison, you can play this.
Yeah, so then we have the Super Shenron, which it can't attack because it's a Shenron card, still consistent with that theme, which is really nice. It's a 15k, it's Empower 6, so that's a lot of markers that you could potentially carry over. If you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, draw a card. Fair. It's a bit weird, but and then the activate.
I mean, we have seen that before, right?
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Yeah, we've seen that. There was a Gohan that if you have 4 or less cards in hand, draw a card whenever it attacks. It was a critical.
We've talked about Dabura just not too long ago. Very interesting, very exciting. It's probably going to do something with swap, unless we have actually a breakdown of the leader somewhere else. But thanks DMookie for pointing out, we can see his cloak in the corner of the screen right now. But yeah, the activate main, if your leader card is Universe 7, and in its special trait, draw a card, then place the top card.
It doesn't need to be Universe 7, it needs to be a Universe card.
Oh!
It's any Universe card. And so Zeno, I think the Zamasu card would not work, but
Does Zeno have a Universe tag in its trait?
I think so.
Does it?
Maybe. I would assume Zeno leader. Oh no, wait. I wonder if Grand Minister or Grand Priest should have one, right?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I don't think they do have a universe because they're omnipotent.
But I think, I guess, but at the same time, maybe.
Yeah, interesting. But
definitely interesting. This is going to be working with what's his face, Invoker, because Invoker is Universe 7.
But yeah, like this opens it up to everything really. It doesn't just say
red
universe.
Yeah, but it can work in U11.
I'm thinking like Beerus, like if you do some red Beerus shenanigans.
Doesn't red Topo in Jiren get tons of markers?
It does, yeah.
So we can empower into this, draw a card, and then heal.
Yeah, there's plenty of exciting things with this -7 effect. I mean, obviously it's quite costly, but Empower 6.
It has the power red 6, yeah. So
yeah, it's really solid. Let's move on. We did just miss the Goku and Frieza, the Android 17 and Frieza. Do you have the text for Android 17 and Frieza?
Yes.
Okay, let's break that down.
Shout out to Andra.
Yeah.
There we go. Empower 2. First auto is unreadable. Second auto, when the battle card is sent to your drop from your deck, you add a marker to that unison and -15k on the opposing battle card. And then it has a -4, it gains 5k and triple attack.
Oh wow, triple attack.
Yeah. It doesn't have any other keywords as far as we can see.
See, I really like that from a thematic standpoint, because that does feel like that attrition value that we saw at the end of Tournament of Power, where they were all just literally throwing everything they can to try and topple Jiren. So I think from a thematic standpoint, that's awesome. But also triple attack on a unison, I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Yeah. What's the power on that?
15k.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's only an uncommon, so it's not super broken. But yeah, interesting, very interesting there. And so then we get another splash of the unisons. So we have a My Unison, which is going to be awesome, hopefully. And we also have the Elephant, which I'm really excited to see what that does. Like, I love the elephant design so much. Like, I just think it's great.
It was which universe? 11?
I wanted to say 11, but I don't know if it is. 'Cause
No, 11
Hellas
was
is
the
11.
clown. 11 was
Oh,
clown.
no, you're right. Belmont is 11.
10.
Yes,
10.
10. Okay, that's fine. And then we
I think
get
it
a
sounds
look
more like
at some nice yellow cards. It looks like we have future Gohan support
Hopefully.
because that's future Gohan in the bottom right. I mean, it's normal Gohan, Super Gohan, but
Yeah, hopefully it works with the old stuff, right?
it's just very interesting to me. So we know with the Dragon Ball Super card game, like there's a reason why certain characters won't appear on certain cards. Like it can't canonically conflict. So like you can't get the Super Goku on the same card as Xeno Goku, for example. And so the fact that future Gohan is like like silhouetted almost, opacity is down on it with the Super Gohan makes me really excited because I think that's just something quite unique, and I guess that's the way they get around it not being breaking canon because it's not as if he's there. I'm really curious to see what that card does. Like just from a nerdy standpoint, that's a really exciting card for me. We've got Fallen Pixels in the chat. How are you doing, bro? I really hope Zamasu Wish gets a good draw like Meki Wish. Yeah, I think so. I hope it has a good draw.
So there's 3 cards I want to talk about here in 2 groups.
Okay, let's do it.
First one is top row, second card, and the bottom left card. So the Zamasu cards. One is Super Shenron, one is Goku Black creation.
Yep.
Potentially, the one with creation of Goku Black, definitely a desire card. I think the one with Super Shenron either is a creation of desire card or something to do with Dragon Balls. Something like the old Dragon Radar.
Do you not think that's a desire? Like, it's definitely got to be a desire, right? It's got Super Shenron.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I have been swayed before.
That's true. That's true. It's a very interesting one. I love the Goku Black origin with the Farmer Goku outfit there with Zamasu, and the way they've divided it reminds me of the Mythic Booster Senzu being art with Goku throwing it to Cell. I really like that. I think that's a really dynamic way of showing iconic scenes. So hopefully we see more of that. I'm really excited for this Vegeta and Trunks Unison bad looks things. Maybe not Unison, actually, because it has traits, so it can't be a Unison.
No, it's not a Unison, it has traits. It also has a combo area covered by the blue aura of Vegeta.
Yes, you're right, it does. I'm really excited to see what that does. I'm
my
really
personal...
hopeful that this kind of works, and I don't think it will, with the set 2 blue stuff. Like that future kind of engine.
I kind of hope that it works with that blocker Trunks feature that we had.
That would also be good. That would also be good.
That missed a bit. But the second thing I want to talk about is the Android 17 Goku and Frieza extra card.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it.
Because this is one of those canonical scenes which was absolutely amazing, and I'm rewatching it on a regular basis. When they fight against Jiren. And makes me think that A, this is going to be a super rare, B, this is going to be some powerful negate.
I could definitely see it being a counter, or something like an infinite attack rare, right? Like I can see it being on that level, and yeah, it's just such an interesting thing, right? Like I know Super gets a bad rap in terms of narrative, but look at that, right? Like that is the epitome of Tournament of Power in the end, and it's Goku working alongside 2 people he used to have as villains. Like I just love that. I think that's such a.
I mean, the moment when Goku started fighting together with Frieza was.
I mean, we have the secret rare of that moment, and it's amazing, and I'm so happy we have that. But yeah, it's such a good moment. And then the only thing that gives me hope about this being Trunks' future support is I could definitely see like that Trunks in the top right there, just doing something crazy cool, and I hope it does. I hope it does.
Yeah,
because I love the rage form of Super Saiyan Trunks future. Like I wish we got more media with it, so I'm hoping we see stuff with a sword as well. And then that's a Vegeta in the top right, which they've low-key been doing Red Universe 7 support for a while now.
Yeah, but never. It's always missing something. It's always too slow. It's a good Red Universe 7 support, for when Tournament of Power came out,
Yeah.
which is quite a few years back and quite way slower.
I can dig that. And then obviously we're talking about this Videl, which is where Pan inside her is lending the Saiyan, and like I love this artwork of Videl so much. So in set 8, they had a similar card to this.
Yes.
And I have that in foil so many times just because I love that artwork so much. So
I mean, in this case,
I'm gonna
again, it's a super combo, which makes me interested because it does have some sort of a permanent. So
really interesting.
I'm waiting to see that.
We'll get a nice close-up of all the artwork, which, yes, we know, Bandai, you're on point with it at the point. And then we're talking about the secret rares here, so we're back down to 3 secret rares, thank God, because trying to pull 4 secret rares was a nightmare.
We're not, are we?
Well, technically it's 4 because there's an alt art, but it's the alt art of 1 in the set, so it's not too bad.
But my question is about ratios.
I mean, it's what was the ratio on the Omnimon?
We don't know.
Oh, okay. So
honestly, no one knows.
I imagine it's similar to that. That's my thinking. The box.
But that Omnimon is worth only £500 now. Whereas the Japanese one is like $2,500.
So yeah, I mean, I wonder what will happen. So yeah, on the side of the box we can see a nice few things. We've seen the angel that's already been revealed. We've got a Super Saiyan God Goku, which again is still the best form of Super Saiyan God. Don't at me. That's a hit, right?
That's a hit.
That's a hit doing an action pose. I
think it might be green for the Champa versus Beerus.
I can see that. That's a Goku Rose, and then we have Toa at the end.
Yeah.
Which I can recognize give me 2 pixels and I can recognize Toa. I've looked at that design so many times, and that just sounds bad, but I genuinely love the Dark Empire story. And then we see here it's a red and blue. We
actually have a text for this.
Oh, we have the text for it now? Oh, wicked.
We have a text for this. So it's a 2 cost. Super Saiyan God Son Goku Divine Restraint. It's 1 cost 10k combo. Energy exhaust 10,000 power.
Okay.
And it's Goku BR, which is interesting. So it doesn't have universe tag.
BR?
Yeah, it's BR. It doesn't have universe tag.
When does he? Because to me, that's when he's up in space against Beerus. That's what that invokes in terms of artwork for me.
Yeah, because the background has those stars, right? I think it might just be when he was trying to fight against.
To be fair,
Broly.
It does look like just before he does the bouncy stuff, so maybe it's something like that.
Yeah.
But it
so it's counter attack. Play this card, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less, and return them to their owner's hand.
Yeah.
Just not bad.
No, I don't.
Can stop small attackers. But permanent, if all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas.
Ooh, I like that.
Which means if you go second and your opponent plays something on turn 1 or charges multicolor, you have an untapped blue-red energy immediately.
I like that though.
And then it also gets 3,000 power for each card in your energy, so it can be actually quite a big finisher for blue decks.
That's really interesting. That is a very interesting.
So they are experimenting a lot with alternative energy exhaust removal.
Yeah, not just if you have another copy of this card in your.
Yeah, because we have seen the Vegeta that goes if your opponent has 5 or less cards in hand.
Yeah. I'm excited for that, and so I don't. Is there anything else left in the trailer? There's the pre-release stuff,
which is
an amazing Super Saiyan God Vegeta. It could be a reboot of the first set, but that was Super Saiyan Blue, and this is Super Saiyan God.
But back then, Vegeta didn't have Super Saiyan God back then.
No, he didn't. No, so
it is possible, but was there any other Universe 7? There was another Blue Universe 7, wasn't there? In TOP? No, in TOP it was Gohan.
TOP was red.
Yeah. I can't think of any other Blue Vegeta leader.
So, yeah, that's what it's got to be, right? So, I don't hate it. It's just going to be the first time we've seen a form change in a reboot, which technically it doesn't matter because it's a new card anyway.
Yeah.
And none of
it might not be a reboot. It might not be a reboot. It could
just be a brand new leader.
Yeah.
Or a spiritual successor type thing, not necessarily.
But I must say, and I'm surprised you didn't comment on this. Those cards look like Heroes cards.
The Trunks is like straight up from Heroes.
Yeah, so is Vegeta. I swear I've seen this card on the Switch game.
Do I have? I think I have that Trunks actually. I don't have it to hand, and we aren't showing our webcams, but I actually have that Trunks. I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. Wait, that Trunks is blue.
Yeah.
I've only just noticed that. What? Why has got I don't know. But I'm very interested to see.
It's because it's what they do in the pre-release, right? The pre-release stuff usually doesn't work with anything in the set.
No, but it's a good God Trunks, and I want it, and I'm gonna have to try and get the gold stamp version of it. But I'm really.
You just need to win a pre-release.
That looks more like Legends art actually on the left now that I think about it. It looks like
maybe.
It
doesn't change the fact that it's a typical, arcade/mobile gaming.
Yeah, like the gadget art. The gadget art. Yeah, and so that's it for the trailer. But we're not done there. This is Loki's domain, so I'll let him run through the text and read it for you.
The text said, sure. Greetings, Dragon Ball Super card game fans. Get the chance to check out the new preview trailer? Here it is again if you missed it. Just finished talking about
it. It's a good trailer. I like it a lot.
In addition to SSG Trunks Xeno, the new set stands resplendent with a glorious pantheon of the godliest fighters in Dragon Ball Super card game history. God, they're making me pronounce such a weird words. You don't use usually words like this.
I mean, pantheon when you're talking about gods is correct.
Yeah, oh yes, but resplendent, godliest.
Yeah, resplendent is just like...
I'm sorry, let me read that again to you. The new set stands resplendent with a glorious pantheon of the godliest fighters.
Who looks...
How often do you say sentence like that?
You know what, right? If someone actually uses resplendent in a normal sentence, I'll give them a card. But yeah, like... Yeah, I get what you're saying.
As is only fitting for a battle between gods, this set features the debuts of Shroom and Salsa's new costume designs alongside SSG Trunks Xeno. There's also a new skill, Empower. Once you play a Unison, it can often feel like a waste to play a different one and lose all the markers you've built up. You're right there. Empower is here to solve that. And that's not all. There are more cards coming that will open up a new ways to play a variety of Unison cards. So essentially the whole Boost series, which I guess we thought is going to be always about the Spirit Boost, which it's not.
No, I mean...
Every set is going to be introducing something that is going to be changing how we play with Unisons.
I don't hate that, because Spirit Boost, while a cool mechanic, just isn't... There isn't enough viability to it now, at the moment.
But essentially, they're trying to make sure that you can stretch out the energy you get from Unisons further. Because Spirit Boost lets you, that energy you already got there, lets you do something else with it.
Yeah.
And in here, you get to Empower, so you get to keep some of that energy that you put in.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point there you bring up.
We've made some adjustments to card rarities too. We've heard your concerns about the number of cards you need to collect to build decks, but we also know how much players like variety in card art and designs. For that reason, we've reduced the number of SRs while increasing the number of SPRs, giving you a chance to enjoy an even wider variety of card art than ever before. So essentially, a story from ages ago, I used to split cases with a friend. A good friend of the channel, a lone collector, Azim. And we opened one case, and we had enough SRs to have a playset each and then some spare.
Yeah.
And then next set we did that. That was set 7 when we did that the second time. And we found ourselves lacking. We literally, after we split it, no one had a playset of any card.
Damn.
And the set after it was even worse. For that reason, I like the fact that they're reducing the amount of SRs, but I also could see why they increased the amount of SRs. They increased the amount of SRs to encourage more people to buy a case each.
Yeah.
To reduce that splitting that we were doing. Because I assume we were not the only ones. So technically in their minds the decision was, So if we're going to do that, that means that those two people who used to buy half a case each, essentially, are going to buy a case each, so we're going to double our profits.
I can see that. I can see that.
Which in turn puts some people off, like me, for example, because that was just too much.
Which, I mean, that's totally a fair place to come at.
The problem with...
Oh, no?
Sorry, I wanted to continue on the SPRs as well. The reason... I don't really like the fact that they're increasing the amount of SPRs, because we're going to end up with uncommons getting SPRs again, and we had that in one of the multicolor sets.
9? Yeah, set 9.
I think so, yeah.
Set 8 and 9, because you had the counter players in set 8, and then set 9 was the super combos.
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to have cards like that. Initially, I thought it's going to be a good idea, but clearly it doesn't work for the... the cards don't hold value. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, they don't hold value until collectors come in during a pandemic and make them all super valuable. And then
the collectors leave afterwards.
I mean, it's what it is at this point. Like, I don't personally see it as a bad thing, because we're going to get an SR or an SPR in every box again, which is really happy. And we got 2 SPRs per box at this point, so that's not too bad.
Question is, are they going to adjust the ratios?
I mean, we're already at like 5 SRs in a box, so...
Only 5?
Yeah, you don't get that many SRs in a box.
Ew.
Yeah, so with
Sorry,
less
that's my brain just shut down, and the only thing I could say was ew.
Yeah, and then you got the 2 SPRs and the box topper, so it makes it 8, which is what it used to be.
Yeah, but it used to be 7 SRs and an SPR.
Yeah. So now it's 2 SPRs, a box topper, and like 5 normal SRs.
Okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah. So then having the reduced number of SRs just kind of makes them focus on what they make an SR. So we might see back like to set 10 where we had really powerful rares. And set 11 with the super combos, so we might see that again, which I'm hoping kind of happens, because it's nice having rares that are actually very strong.
Well, continuing on.
Yes.
There's also a new rarity, God Rare. Think of it as a parallel version of an SCR. Which card and which character will be elevated to God Rare status? You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. So it is an SPR SCR.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's kind of on the lines of signature rares at this point. Like, that's kind of what you're looking at with the God Rare status, but I think it's going to be less common than the Sig rares, which were 2 in a case with set 7, and then 1 of each in a case of Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're probably looking at 1 in every 2 cases. Maybe we don't have a ratio for that. It's gonna be interesting to see what it is and what the pull rate is on it.
If it's not in every case, it's going to be very difficult to get an actual ratio on that, unless you get a sealed palette and open a sealed palette. But as far as I know, in Europe, it's impossible to get the sealed palette because the distributor unpacks all the palettes.
Fair enough.
Because I bounced on that on Digimon.
Okay. So yeah, and then so let's just get into the breakdown then. So let's talk about the green cards.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the new cards in the set, and let's start with the Whis. Pre-fight preparations. So it's a 1 specified green, 9,000 power, and power green 3. Auto limit 1, which means doesn't matter how many you play a turn, you only get this effect once. Okay. If this card has 3 or more markers when this card is played, your opponent discards a card.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially with the Empower, it's going to work.
Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I think that's actually a really solid little effect on a green Unison that's only 9k and cost 1.
Yeah. +1, activate main. If a field extra card isn't in your battle area, activate up to 1 Nameless Planet from your deck, then shuffle your deck.
Love that.
Yep.
It's just a utility thing. It helps with Unisons in general. We know, obviously, Empower, you can play it off of copies of itself. But
it does have that limit 1, so you can only discard your opponent once per turn. And this is what I was talking about, that you might want to look into the Demigra Unison again. Because you want to play this card when it has 3 markers. And it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same. Vados has the same. If she's played with 3 markers, she gets the effect to KO something, and the rest of the effects are exactly the same. We can just do it now. Vados pre-fight preparations has exactly the same stats, exactly the same +1, Empower Green 3, and auto limit 1. If she has 3 or more markers when she's played, you KO one of your opponent's battle cards.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So initially, you want to start with a unison that's hard to remove markers from, which is the Migra.
Yeah, I can. Oh, this is very interesting to me. This is
Yeah.
very interesting to me because I can also see reasons why you could side these and flip them out inadvertently. Like if you're against a deck that is like doesn't matter about hand control, or if you're going into say you go in, you're playing a hand control variant, and then you swap out into this and then go for a KO centric field. I like what this opens up just on the surface of it because it's not leader locked. I mean, the +1 doesn't matter if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. It's up to 1, so you'll get a +1.
It's going to have markers, so you can use your Dolmen potentials and your charismatic villains.
Yeah. Really interesting little duo there. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So then,
of course, if you're playing Whis or Champa, you want both of them.
Champa.
Yeah. So not Whis, Beerus or Champa.
Oh right. I was so confused.
No. If you're playing Beerus or Champa, you want both of them in your deck at max. Because you need to see the Nameless Planet.
And so let's look at Nameless Planet. It's the Nameless Planet, which is actually a Super Dragon Ball. Spoilers for Super, which has been out for years at this point. A 1/1 green, barrier field, auto. Once per turn, if your leader card is a green Beerus or green Champa card, at the end of a battle where one of your green battle cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card. Okay, so it has to KO it by battle.
Yep.
Yeah. Place that card under this card from your opponent's drop area. So I actually really like this because if it goes to the warp, it doesn't go underneath it.
Yep.
If your leader card is a green Beerus or green Champa, you can switch this card to rest mode. When your opponent attacks, choose one of your green battle cards in rest mode with the same universe special trait as your leader card and switch the attack.
The target of the attack to that card. It's in the gate.
That's so good, though. Wait, revenge might be useful now.
Yep.
Guys, go and buy out set 1 King Vegeta surprise attack. Go do it.
No, that's activate battle thing, sadly.
Oh, is it activate battle? I thought it was activate main. Never mind. Ignore me. Unbuy out those like $1 cards. No, not even $1, Addy. It's like that card will be
pennies.
But
there's more. Wait, there is more.
Activate main. If there are 5 cards owned by your opponent. Oh my god, it's an alt-win con! Yes! I love
it's so thematic as well. The first to 5 wins.
Yeah, I love that.
You need to DQ all 5 of your opponent's fighters.
I love it. This is so good. I hope in the future we get an alternate art Nameless Planet, which is just the flip side of this. So we can see Beerus and the universe fighters.
This is so fun because this literally lets you play big stuff and you don't care about attacking your opponent's leader at all.
I really, really like this a lot. I'm really excited to play this. I mean, we had a lot of fun with Goku and Vegeta last set.
Yeah, imagine playing this when we both do this.
It's gonna be fun. It's actually going to be that match again, isn't it? Like it felt like Goku versus Vegeta from the Saiyan saga. This is gonna feel like Beerus versus U6 versus U7.
Because of how Nameless Planet is worded, you want the Champa will want all of the U6 cards, and Beerus will want all of the U7 cards. But there is going to be a good SR that we're both going to be running. Never mind the tag. But that's why I said the hit is going to be U6. And
sense.
green.
Yep, that makes sense. So green is focused on the Champa saga, recreating the Whis and Vados sponsored battle between Universe 6 and 7. Whis' fighters are ready to battle, showing off the devastating teamwork courtesy of the new Empower skill.
I mean, this is a first statement because Whis and Vados sponsored battle. It was Vados and Champa that sponsored the battle because they were the ones who gave the Super Dragon Balls.
True. So then we have the Goku Black stuff. So this is going to tie into Wish. We're seeing green, blue, yellow here. Break it down for us.
So let's start with one of the more interesting cards I think I've seen in a long while. 2-drop, 1 yellow, 9,000 power, Goku Black, surpassing time itself. His 0 cost 1k combo. And when it's played, you place up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck in your drop area. Then shuffle your deck. So you mill 2 Dragon Balls.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, send this card to its owner's warp. So he just disappears. It's like first time he showed up to fight against Goku in the past.
Where he gets dragged back.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I'm going back in time.
Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is a yellow Shenron Zamasu or a yellow Shenron Goku Black, so unawakened and awakened version.
Shenron. Okay.
Yeah, it will have Shenron. That's where I got it from when we were talking earlier. Play this card from your warp, and you can play non-Zamasu and non-Goku Black cards for the game. So
we've seen that effect before, like that condition of you can only do Goku Blacks and Zamasus. But
the point is, you play this for 2. You mill 2 Dragon Balls. It goes to the warp. Next turn, you just bring it back.
Yeah.
So you played it again. You mill 2 Dragon Balls. At the end of a turn, it goes away. Next turn, you just bring it back. He's a material for Union Potara. He keeps on coming back. Yes, it's limit 1, but you know.
Well,
if you play another one, you can combo it out. It's a 1k combo that can always save your ass during your turn only, though. So
yeah.
Because at the end of your turn, he goes bye bye.
Yeah, he does. And then
but he's also a god.
Oh yeah, because all the Zamasu Gokus.
I think it's going to be important summer.
I hope so. And it also, we can kind of look back at like the past few sets and be like, oh, what, the anniversary box introduced some more Goku. So it's all starting to come together, which is nice. Then we've got the blue, yellow, Fuse Zamasu, Divine Condemnation. It's still not my favorite. I love the messed up version of Zamasu that we got as a leader.
Oh yeah.
I just love the grotesque nature of it. The energy exhaust, unique, indestructible, blocker, Aegis, once per turn.
All the keywords.
How many red? Do you want to add Victory Strike and Limit on there, maybe? When this card activates Aegis, choose up to 1 of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch it to rest mode.
Can be the energy.
Yeah, it's cards. So it can be Unisons, battle cards, or energy, or fields if you really want to.
Yep.
Activate
probably somewhere it would matter.
Yeah, definitely. Activate Battle Blue Yellow if your leader card is a Zamasu or Goku Black card. So kind of got that legacy stuff built in if need be. And there is at least 1 Zamasu card and 1 Goku Black card in your combo area. Play this card from your hand. So this is a rival sort of.
But this one checks for 2 specific cards. It's more similar to
combo plays.
Potara.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more like the red stuff where they combo 2 Universe 7s and then play stuff.
Yeah, that works as well, but yeah, so that Goku we keep on getting for free. When we don't need it anymore, we combo it, we combo 1 of the Zamasus, and we play this guy.
And it don't remove them from the combo area, right? It's just...
No.
In there.
If you have them, you play this. And I'll just point out that you can play him multiple times in 1 turn.
Yeah, no limit on that, yeah.
There's no limit on any of his skills.
Yeah.
These are rare.
Which is what I was talking about. We can have some good rares again.
Yeah.
And then, they're talking about Fuse Zamasu Days Wrath, which is one of the best green cards ever made.
I don't know how it comes in here. Yellow, meanwhile, features the Future Trunks saga. Zamasu's dark schemes, along with the scene of him fusing with Goku Black, are all recreated in full. The theme is designed to work well with blue and yellow Zamasu cards from the past sets, including Fused Zamasu Deity's Wrath from Draft Box 4. If you're a Zamasu fan, there is going to be plenty for you to sink your teeth into here.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be working with blue and yellow Zamasu cards from the past sets, but Fused Zamasu Deity's Wrath is green. It's not blue or yellow. It's green. I assume it's going to be something that lets you play a 5-drop Zamasu.
Potentially, but there is green Zamasu stuff from set 3.
Yes, but here they say specifically blue and yellow Zamasu cards from past sets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm curious. I'm curious by this, but yeah, you make a good point. And then we get into my babies. So Black's focus this time around is the Dark Empire saga, recreating scenes such as Trunks Xena going Super Saiyan God for the first time. After the final battle against. And the final battle against Mechikabura. It's not though, is it? Like it's not though. It's in Bandai. There's no way it's the final battle yet. As benefits of the Xena character theme, the warp factors heavily into the design, allowing you to use past overrun cards to build Trunks Xena deck all of your own. So they set free Unrelenting Assault Trunks, which is kind of been popular in and out of the meta. Like I kind of like it, but I think it's an interesting way of building a deck around it. So when it's sent to the warp from your battle area or deck, you add it back to your hand. So it's interesting. So if you use it for materials and stuff, it's a very interesting card. It's not what I would choose to build my deck around though. Let's get into Bear for the Crimson Hero, which is an extra card. It's a 1 cost. It's all of the Xeno guys making God Trunks happen. Activate main. Look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 Black Saiyan card. When it's cost of 5 or less among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. There's so many good cards that are 6 or more in black.
That's good.
And
no Gogeta, no Dark Broly's.
Yeah. So this is a very thought out card.
You losing your voice there.
I am. And then activate battle. Oh god, I am losing my voice. Activate battle. Limit 1. Best 1. If your leader card is a Black Trunks Xena card, only Xena card, and you place this card at the bottom.
Oh yeah, because we had Vegex, which was Trunks, Xeno, and Vegeta.
Yes. Yeah. And obviously, if he ever wants to do something with Gohan.
Oh yeah.
No, not Gohan. Goten. At the bottom of your
Gohan.
deck.
Gohanks.
Oh yeah, no, Gohan as well. Yeah. This card to the bottom of your deck. Choose up to one of your leader cards or Unison cards. It gets 5k for the battle. So it's a bean that's limited and helps you fill your drop.
The problem is it needs to be in your warp, so you do need to overwhelm into it.
So I mean, you play it and then you overwhelm. So
yeah.
Interesting.
Definitely quite a few cards I can think about that would be good with this.
Mm.
They pointed out one of the Trunks, but I would personally like to see the TP Trunks come back.
Yeah, Time Patrol Trunks would be awesome. I mean, it's low cost. I mean, it's not impossible. If there's any X evolving going on, or Xeno evolving would be probably more fitting, then yeah.
I think if there's Xeno evolving, then Unrelenting Assault. I think you might have a point, because they're showing up Unrelenting Assault here.
Yeah.
Which might suggest the Xeno evolving, right?
Exactly.
Because when this card is sent to the warp from the battle area or deck, you add it to your hand.
Which we have seen in the past, which is what the combo was, where you would use this and then go into the Trunks. And then you'd be like, I get it back to my hand, so I do. I'm awesome. So I'm really curious.
I mean, you keep on getting the base form, you keep on getting the combo power, whatever you need.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this deck a lot. I mean, there's multiple ways to build it already by the looks of what we've seen. We've seen the leader so far, so we know what it does. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to Realm of the Gods. Yeah, and that's basically everything we've got today, right?
I think so. I don't think there was anything else dug out yet.
I'm sure people will find combos and stuff later on, but we are in reveal season, guys. Expect content back on the channel. We were planning to stay away until the new year, but Bandai forced our hand, so we're back, we're here, and it's a great time to get into the Dragon Ball Super card game. Honestly, this set looks to redefine a lot of what we like about the game. There's alt-win cons, there's different uses for unisons, there's different mechanics in almost every colour we've seen right now, right? Like, everything seems to play differently.
And yet, everything still keeps within the color identity that they were working really hard to establish.
Yeah, so true. I mean, it's been an uphill battle getting that colour identity kind of locked in place, but I think they've really recently hit their stride in finding that, and they're sticking to it, which is really nice. It's really nice. So yeah, any final thoughts on Realm of the Warriors, Realm of the Realm of the Warriors, Realm of the Gods, and anything?
Oh god, someone asked a ridiculous question that I need to ponder now.
Okay, what question's that?
Regarding the Nameless Planet.
Okay.
So, do you remember the draft box Piccolo?
Arena Wrecker. No.
No, the
No.
one that on Bond 2 lets you KO a battle card with cost 5 or less and draw a card.
The assimilate one?
Think so?
The SR?
Yes.
Yeah, Piccolo assimilated my or something like that.
So, Nameless Planet reads, at the end of a battle where one of your green battle cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle cards, place that card under this card from your opponent's drop area. What happens if you attack with that Piccolo and then use its not auto-activate battle?
Well, I thought it was from KO'd from battle, so...
But we don't have such a concept.
Okay, maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
It needs to attack a battle card and KO it.
Oh, then there's plenty of stuff that can help do that.
It needs to be that battle card that KOs it. I would say it doesn't work, but
right.
You know what I mean.
Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with you. I get like so. It can't just be KO'd while doing a battle. It has to be that specific card that KOs.
So that's why Piccolo comes to mind.
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
But this is the problem with Dragon Ball. You can't be looking for the intent.
True. Like, we'll have to wait for a ruling on that. That's kind of just the ebb and flow of Dragon Ball sometimes. But that's a really good shout. Draft box for Piccolo. That's what we're talking about here. It has been reprinted numerous times, so it's not as expensive as it once was. In fact, I don't think it's very expensive as it is.
When it was reprinted, it was already not expensive because green fallen off.
Yeah, so like, maybe pick them up now if you're interested. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching.
Oh, definitely get your Hellas.
Oh yeah, as well.
Everything is about gods. We have so many god leaders.
It's gonna be. I cannot wait to dive into this. I really hope that. I mean, we have kind of seen it that red and blue does work well together as a color. If you can get Grand Priest out the blue 7-drop, that
would be fun. But then, what would you do with all of that energy?
I don't know. Just I want to try.
But I would be happy if the Grand Priest was blue, because that would mean there would be a chance to do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? But yeah, until I guess.
Also, we have a new Beerus leader. We can still try to make Whis work.
True. We can do it. One of these days, Lucky. One of these days.
No, the Whis loop is dead.
The dream will never die. So until then, guys, please hit that like button. Ron, it's been a pleasure for you. And everyone who's been chatting, it's great to see that the support's still there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We will have plenty of Dragon Ball Super card game content. But not just that, we have actually been working behind the scenes. We have AKORA, we have NOSTALGIX, we have Grand Archive. We've got
we need to update. We need to update our Grand Archive videos because there's a new print and play.
Oh, even better. So, yeah, look forward to all of that in the new year, guys. I mean, I'm sure we'll have some videos popping up between now and the new year, depending on what's revealed. Don't expect daily videos. That's still unlikely at this moment in time. But, yeah, thank you all for the support. Really happy with Realm of the Gods reveal, and I can't wait to get into it. Any final words, Lucky?
Not really. I just hope that Boris is... I hope that Boris is either going to do the lockdown earlier than later, or not at all.
Fair enough. And on that bombshell, as Jeremy Clarkson once says, we'll see you... someone mentioned Tragedy Overground. Already got the 12-drop Whis. Nice. I love it, card games. Right.